Welcome to the Footy Super Show. I'm Will Callow and I'm excited. I'm getting up and about. Went out to Hansfield Oval for Good Friday clash between South Mildura and Irymple. And if that's going to be the quality we're going to dish up this year for the league, it's going to be huge. There is something else that excites me, and that's introducing my co-host, 2011 AFL Draft number pick 27, Sam Kerridge. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Geez, you've done some homework there.
Bit of Wikipedia stuff today.
Can we get that every week?
Yeah, got a follow-up for you, though.
Hit
Do
me.
you know who went pick 58 in that draft?
Oh, probably some superstar.
One, Lachie Neale.
Oh.
Do you know who went pick 77?
Another superstar?
Luke Bruce.
Yeah, right.
Question, Lachie Neale. He's a South Australian bloke too, went under the radar?
Yeah, he is.
Hey, no, don't want to cut your knees off, mate. You're a superstar and we're rapt to have you. We've got a big show tonight, mate. We're going to go through the recap of the South Mildura Doggies. They're up and about.
They are, mate, and you know what? I tipped him, so suck
Yes,
eggs. But we'll get to that later. But no, look, it's obviously exciting. You know, we got our first show out of the way last week.
Yep.
We touched on the only game that was available, which was all well and good. South, Irymple, you've had your time, jog on. This weekend we look forward to having a full card, and we get to chat about everyone else and sort of what we expect from them throughout the year.
Big things on the show. Speaking of jogging on, one of you two blokes going to be jogging on after the weekend. We're joined by Jonah Licht, co-coach of Robinvale. Going to be great to have him on the show.
Would have been nice for a heads up.
Hey, maybe I'll get in between you guys. We can share tactics and whatever. But that's going to be an interesting chat.
We actually might need a bigger screen.
The big, beautiful man from Queensland. It's going to be great to have a chat with him. But as well, mate, we've got obviously the round of the match between yourselves and Robinvale. Irymple got to go out to Georgie G, out to Wentworth under lights. We've got South taking on Redcliffe, Smurbean taking on Owen. Imps have got the bye, but we've got a big show and we're super excited to rip into it. So let's get stuck into it. Righto, Kedge, let's dig our teeth into this clash that was a nail biter. It went down to the wire, down to the siren, ball floating to the line. A mark taken by the doggies on the line there by one of the Nagel boys. But hey, if we're getting a sample of what the league's going to look like this year, it's bloody exciting.
Well, you're spot on. We couldn't have asked for a better way to start the season. Good Friday is always a great occasion. And I think probably over the last few years, let's be honest, Irymple have obviously had their measure and been a bit more of a superior side. But, South have done really well, obviously recruited really strongly and needed to make a bit of a statement going there early. And like you said, if that's some of the quality we're going to get throughout the year, we're in for a really good year.
Mate, and you've just said it, quality. So right off the top, Rhett Montgomery comes in. You want to make a statement? He has 37 disposals, 17 marks, 2 goals, and 209 ranking points.
Stuff the stat sheet, mate. That's, as you mentioned, you want to make a statement coming into a new competition, a new league. Look, let's not shy away from, I'm sure he's on a decent wicket as well, and, credit to him. He had a superb game.
I posed the question last week on last week's show about sticky matchups, who's going to go to Dan Coughlin and who's going to go to Mitch Christensen. Rhett Montgomery, straight to Mitch Christensen. So he's had these stats and he's playing on a quality player at the same time now. I know Mitch is probably watching this and he's going, oh, thanks for the clip, Will, but we know Mitch is a quality player. He'll bounce back. But if you're going to make a statement, I just thought the coaching of Dryden, that's probably ticked. That's 3 points to the coaching move there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. he's a quality player. He's obviously played at a really high level, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard coming down a grade or two to be able to sort of find your feet. It may take you a few weeks to get into it, find the speed of the footy. Obviously, sometimes you've got to get your own footy, etc. But yeah, he slotted in fantastic. So if that's the standard that he's set for himself throughout the year, he's obviously going to be a handful for a lot of teams going forward.
Beautiful, mate. The segment I'm going to roll out is Defender of the Week, because let's be honest, the forwards get the goal kicking awards.
They carry on like pork chops every time they kick one.
The McLeod medal goes to the midfielders 9 times out of 10, right? But this is going to be controversial. I'm going to have a Defender of the Week, and believe it or not, it's not Rhett Montgomery. This bloke here, Jackson Nagle, 12 intercept marks, and he's pipped Rhett because Rhett had 11 intercept marks. But to have 12 intercept marks as a defender back there, absolutely played amazing. Like plays the hard edge, toes that white line, physical presence. I thought Jordan, the way he played and his presence as well. But I thought Jackson was exceptional across halfback.
I like the segment, mate. Really good. It's obviously a little bit left field, but we want to make sure the defenders feel the love too, because there are some quality players in the competition playing in those positions, and you touched on it beautifully. Obviously, it's for him to go about the way that he did was outstanding. And obviously had a few hiccups injury-wise, and the body let him down over the years. But for him to come out and play the way he did was fantastic. And we sort of touched on it pre-show that he's just one of those guys that makes you walk a little bit taller when you play with him. And I think all the Nagels do that as well. So they've obviously got a huge amount of respect within that South Mildura group, and the whole club walks a little bit taller without them out there. And that's the way they played as a whole group on Good Friday.
Yeah, I like the mix of the youth too. There's some really good kids that they played there as well. Young Falbo, Bob Check, or Bob, I'm not even getting that pronunciation right, but he went really well as well. So they had a good mix of these key players with some youth, and I think that's key. That's key moving forward.
It is, absolutely. Young Falbo, obviously, little ball bobbled over the back, right place, right time, whacked it on his boot and it sailed through, which was great. Took his opportunity. But yeah, as you touched on it, a lot of these country clubs need some good young youth to really top up their lists and obviously have an impact, for the bottom 5 or 6 players picked every week, or because every side's got their rock stars. They got their guns, they got their Montgomerys, they got their Jonah Lichts, and who will touch on later in the show. But yeah, to have those young guys to come through and really top up that bottom end of a list is crucial, and it's nice to see South have a couple of young stars amongst them.
Yep. I mean, on the flip side too, mate, I think, Irymple won't be too disappointed. Yep, early wins are going to be crucial because I think the season's going to be so tight, but I think the great pickup for Irymple, they've been lacking a big man. Alex Power was a huge statement himself. I thought he was best for Irymple, and I think that's going to be a big compliment to their tether and their midfield brigade for the year.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we obviously know what Irymple are going to bring week in, week out. You've only got to look at last year where they probably didn't start the year too great, rallied late, ended up making the grand final. So, look, by no means is anyone writing them off or thinking they're just going to be around the mark. They're still certainly going to be a side that are going to be a fierce competitor week in, week out, and it's round 1.
Yeah, it's round 1.
They'll be fine.
And then also the other bloke always finds plenty of the football. Thrummy, he just finds it. He's an accumulator.
He's a whippet, mate. God, he's frustrating.
He's a barometer. He's tough though too. So there'll be a highlight from the weekend. He kicks the first goal of the game, 60, bursting out of a stoppage, kicks it from 60 up and about. The very next stoppage, Jiden takes it upon himself. He's like, right, I can't allow this bloke to get up. It's a football act. He goes in and he sets the standard for the boys to say, hey, let's not fear anyone. And I thought that was a massive statement for him. And I thought that was the catalyst to getting everyone on board going, okay, we're not going to fear anyone. We're going to keep having a crack.
Like I mentioned, you just walk taller.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the way they played on the weekend. They were rough. They were into them. There may have been a few late ones, but that's all part of footy. And the beauty of it is there was 22 contributors in that component or that area, or their KPI that they'd obviously focused on pre-game, and it was 1 in all in, and Irymple down over the day.
Yeah, beautiful. I think if I'm coaching South, it's the win that delivers belief to the group to say we can compete with anyone, anytime, any place. And if I'm coaching Irymple, for me, it's okay. It probably wasn't our day, but we still found a way to nearly win the game, because that ball sails through. They win the game. They're probably going, okay, we didn't play our best football, but we still found a way. So I think there's still plenty to take out of it. I think the big winner is the Sunraysia Football Netball League, and the product that they're going to get this year, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So, mate, that's our recap of the game. It's exciting. Now we're going to rip in and have a look at a few of the other games coming up for round 2.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
You know, when you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Welcome back. Let's get stuck into the rest of round 2 now. That's enough of talking about Good Friday. Kedge, let's go. Robinvale versus Mildura. What do you got for us, mate? What can we expect, mate? The title defence begins. With great power comes great responsibility now. What are we going to do? What are we going to see from you, blokes?
Yeah, look, obviously it's an exciting time of the year for everyone. Everyone's done a tremendous amount of work over the pre-season, which has been great, but you know what it's like. The week or two leading into round 1, there's obviously a bit of excitement and a bit of bubble. Look, we're obviously not going to change too much at the footy club. We have obviously tinkered with a few different things and a few bits and pieces, but we found that we've got a nice balance of offence and defence. Are we a perfect mix at the moment? No, we're not. So we'll tinker on a few things there, but look, we just want to bring a hard edge and a consistent brand week in, week out. We've obviously lost a few. Jonah Licht goes out, Josh Dean goes out, Noah Pecoraro goes out. So 3 really big outs and omissions for us, which will allow a bit of opportunity for some young kids to come up and obviously a couple of more senior guys to take a bit more responsibility. Young Ryan Morello will get some more ruck time. Jackie Walker will spend some time in the ruck as well. So these guys will get some opportunities, which will be good. But we've obviously gone and recruited really well too. So Lukey Reynolds will come in from over in South Australia, and the big Boosh will come over from SA as well. So a forward and a back, which will again just top us up nicely. So look, you'll just expect the same old Mildura, obviously with a few tweaks. But look, we're looking for a really good hit out.
That's the perfectly crafted PR trained response. Now let's cut the crap. How's the knee? We know saw it last year, jabbed up to the eyeballs. Massive pre-season at Woodsies. Bit of strength and conditioning, mate. Yep. Give him a plug. So maybe you want to jump on board and give us the sponsor. Mate, how is the knee feeling?
To be honest, mate, it's never felt better. Yep. And touch wood. Not that I'm superstitious or anything, but yeah, a couple of months or a few weeks post-season, I was obviously battling heavily, and I'd sort of lost a bit of the passion to going into the gym, and I was just going through the motions a little bit, and I had a few of the other boys that were at Woodsies that said it was great, and he obviously does a lot of the specific sports injuries, programming, which really excited me, and obviously having my past and being in that environment full time, I really enjoyed, and I needed to obviously get a change of scenery and get a bit of a freshen up. And mate, to be honest, he's been absolutely outstanding for me. I probably as fit as I've been since I've come back, which has been good, and the knee feels really good. There's no strapping on or anything like that, so we're good to go, mate. Let's hope I get a kick on Saturday.
Kerridge back in a big way. Mid-season draft, keep your eyes peeled. Big fella's still got more to give. Also, the question, Jonah Licht, new ruck rule. Big fella's going to come in back half of the year. How does that sit with your team? Can't cross that white line anymore. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure, to be honest. He's obviously made a career out of that.
Yeah.
But, look, don't underestimate the big man. He's still got a bit of a leap around him. But, look, we might have to be just a little bit smarter in how we use him. But it's, as we've seen, it's obviously going to change the way clubs play. People that probably haven't played ruck in the past are probably going to get some opportunities in the ruck, which is great. And, we're seeing it at AFL level now. So it'll be exciting. And, he may have some work to do.
Beautiful. Who's going to Jonah? Who gets the matchup? Is it Hurls?
Oh, I can't give that away. No, look, it probably is. We've got Benny Hurley and Boosh down there. So depending on, where they play and where Jonah's going to line up, whether it's deep or high, will depend on who gets them. But it's obviously one of the two.
Beautiful. I'm tipping the Eagles. So down at Chonchains Oval. So they're going to start the season off with a bang. And in our tipping comp, mate, you're already one up, so I need to get one on the board for the season.
So can you just tell the people that we've got a little tipping? We'll have a little tipping comp running at the moment. No, I'm currently 1-0 up.
We might.
We'll have a wager on this one.
We will have a wager. There has been some things bandied out that maybe the loser has to wear the opposition colours and maybe go and sing the theme song down at the mall. Or look, we're open for suggestions. So if people have got suggestions out there, we're more than happy.
If you're watching from home and you've got any suggestions of what Will can do when he loses, we'll get that email up there again, and you can put them in there and let us know.
Send it through, but
I'm obviously tipping the D's.
Go the Eagles. Help me out down there, Donny. Jonah, we need to get one back on the board. Hey, let's roll straight into Irymple and Wentworth out of Georgie G under lights too to kick off the season.
If we're matched around, this isn't too far off, I think. Obviously, we've touched on it before, and Irymple didn't quite get the chocolates last week, and I know Wentworth will want to make a statement here. Obviously, a disappointing year. Let's not shy away from it last year from the Wentworth Footy Club. And I know they've been doing a truckload of work over the summer, and it wouldn't have sat well with a few of the boys. So I certainly know that they'll be looking to make a statement come Saturday. So I'm excited to see this one.
It's going to be a belter. Like you're staring down the barrel of 0-2 if you're Irymple. Benny McGlynn probably went and watched the game going, oh shit, now we're going to get a fully fired up Irymple. It's a great opportunity to see where they're at. Obviously, Brander comes back after the injury as well. They've got the two pillars at both ends, and you've got some mail for us too that there could be a late inclusion potentially.
I've heard a little whisper. I'm not sure if true or not. Are you going to run with it? Or am I meant to run with it?
No, you can run with it.
Just
Purple
kid play?
I'm hearing the same whispers.
Okay.
Yeah, hearing he might sneak back.
Beautiful. Okay.
VFL got the bye this week.
They do.
To gather round, so I think, there could be Oscar Forkhead might pop up on the weekend.
First on Footy Super Show.
Groundbreaking stuff here. Give us a tip, mate.
I'm going Wentworth.
There's no point in even asking me who I'm going for. The Swallows will bounce back and get me into the lead for the tips. Hey, let's roll straight in. South Mildura versus Redcliffs. Doggies coming off a great win, hence what I will. Haven't beaten Irymple for 10 years, 2016, so they'll be up and about, ready to go. But hey, Redcliffs apparently recruited well as well.
They have, mate, absolutely. What an opportunity for South. Obviously, a fantastic win on the weekend. Can they back it up going to Condon Park on Saturday and take on a Redcliffs outfit that are building? I think the last couple of years they've been solid, probably about par of where they should be, but I think the recruits they've got in this year, which I've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, they added Jimmy Kennedy and stuff last year as well. So they've gone to the recruiting table, has got in what they needed. I think they're looking to also climb the ladder this year and really push for not only a finals campaign, but to run right into the deep end of the season. So I'll tell you what, there's some cracking games this weekend.
Absolutely. I think, if the Nagels are going to take the stance and they're going to play the way they play, you got the Tafau boys out there too. So I think this is going to be an absolute belter of a game. It's out at Redcliffs.
No Tyson Older, the Tigs either.
No,
I feel like he's such a barometer for him. And he just adds so much class to their side. They've obviously recruited well, don't get me wrong, but it's a big out.
I'm going Redcliffs. I just got a feeling home game advantage. I can't split it. I'm just going to go the Tigs.
I'm going the Tigs too.
Righto, you're on the Tigs as well. That's okay. Hey, and then we roll into the next game as well. Mooraboon versus Owen. All right. Benny Douche is back up and about out at Mooraboon. If you haven't seen the big fella recently, he is fit and fire to go. Like he is legit, like back to back to playing weight.
Really?
Like, he is fit and firing to go. Quality human being, obviously a premiership teammate of mine from 2019 as well. And it's a bakery's next door. It's going to be interesting to see. Tipper's going out there as well. What's Moorabool going to do? The Whispers down the highway, and they got a heap of good players, quality coming in as well, mate.
It's funny you say that because I was trying to do some homework on Ian, and geez, they're good at keeping things quiet.
Yep.
I couldn't get a thing out of anyone. I jumped on their socials, couldn't get in. I do know that they've obviously gone and recruited quite heavy. I am hearing back half of the year.
Yep.
Watch out.
Yep.
They will be quite heavily influenced by some recruits, which is great. They've obviously battled last year and the year before that. So they've obviously done what they've had to do to be competitive. But, Lukey Thompson, who is, their new coach, I spent a bit of time with him on Adelaide's list. Great fella, ripping bloke. So he's no doubt going to be enjoying his time down there. But I just want to give a shout out to Moorabool. Obviously a winless season last year. Winless. Not even close. Not a scary. And they've got on the front foot this season, which has been really good. They've gone out and recruited. They've added the likes of Tipper and whatnot, as you mentioned. But I think they're going about it the right way off the field in terms of gatherings, getting together. Their social media is doing a fantastic job, so well done if you're watching. And they just seem to be a galvanised group at the moment. So fingers crossed this year. I'm not saying they're going to shoot the lights out, but they can be a bit more of a competitive side because they seem to be doing good things.
Yeah, so we're not going to underestimate Moorabool this year, but who's your tip, mate? Who are we going for?
I'm going the Kangas.
Can you go the Kangas? Nah, I'm going for my mate Douche. He's going to kick a bag on his return. He's in that good a nick. He's going to lead the way as well. So I'm going to go for Moorabool. Hey, that's the preview of round 2. There's some bloody good games of football there. I actually can't wait to next week's show to see what the results are. It's going to be, it's just going to be a great product all year to talk about. But coming up after the break, we are joined by Jonah Licht. So looking forward to having that chat. So stick around.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
When you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Welcome back to the Footy Super Show, and we are joined by a fantastic guest on our second show. They welcomed us back after show 1, but we are here and we are joined by co-coach from the Robinvale-Euston Football Club, Jonah Licht. Welcome, mate.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's very exciting to have you, mate. I didn't think they were going to let Sam and I come back after week 1, but I think when we said that we've got a big guest to come, they said, oh, well, we better roll it out. So it's great to have you, mate. And I suppose, again, the theme of this show seems to be rolling coaches butting heads. I went through a therapy session last week about Mildura winning the grand final, but you two boys, you're the match of the round this week.
You didn't tell me he was coming on either.
Yeah, well, bit of a stitch-up, and we've sat you right next to each other.
Can you get in the middle, please?
Good, yeah.
The only thing is, I don't think you'll actually see each other on the football field because both forwards, I don't see you playing much defence anymore, kids, those days.
Mate, I won't be going there.
Yeah,
no, thank you. Not my job.
Nah, perfect. But hey, we've got plenty to discuss. We're going to go through the match of the round, which is between Mildura and Robinvale. We've got plenty of questions for Jonah as well. So Sam, I believe you've got some stuff prepared for us too.
Oh, I do, mate. You want to go with that off the bat, or you got a few questions first? We'll save this. We'll save this.
We'll save this.
We've got a few
right.
curly ones, though, and
But
we're
I
looking
think-
forward to getting a few answers.
Yeah, well, I suppose for us, Jonah, you've come down from Queensland.
Yep.
What was the allure to come to Sunraysia? I know, was it Shawnee Jacobs has been doing a bit of tourism around Sunraysia, more sunny days in Sunraysia up on the Gold Coast. You can probably attest to that, mate. What was the attraction to come down this way?
Look, probably 2 years ago, I was originally actually supposed to go to Robinvale. I'm one of my good friends and mentors, Troy Moncur, played at Robinvale in their last premiership, and he coached there for a few years. So he was always trying to get me down to the club. He said, you'll have a really, really good time. Unfortunately, I got into a bit of trouble the year that I planned to come down with the, I think it may have been the salary cap or something's happened there, and they were unable to get me. So a few years later, here I am. Yeah.
Beautiful. No, well, look, you're going to be a great addition to what I think this league's going to probably be in its strongest state that we've seen in probably over a decade. So you've brought a few mates down with you as well. Can you sort of touch on the new recruits as well? And Sam's taking notes down here as well.
A few mates.
Yeah, so it started off with just one of my good mates, Joel Leahy, one of the better players in Queensland. I managed to get him to come down with me. And then all of a sudden, we had another guy who was interested, Nick Dodge. He's become a really good friend of mine. Really good quality, good human. He's actually going to captain our side this year. He happened to be really good friends with Adam Oxley, so an ex-Collingwood boy. He did some time up in Queensland as well, but we managed to get him on board. And then a ruckman from Queensland that I'd played a lot of footy with in Piercy, he's decided to come down and experience some country footy as well. So we're pretty lucky with our recruits this year. I think I've actually missed a couple as well, but yeah, we're pretty happy with our stock.
Right. Well, I actually had a couple of their recruits printed out on the sheet, but the printer ran out of paper at work. I actually couldn't be with me tonight, but anyway, they've obviously got a few there.
Yeah.
The big fella's putting a big target on you back down there for Saturday. We like that. We like it. The thing that I want to ask you though, mate, it's you've got your top end talent. We love that.
Yeah.
Robinvale, they've always been around the mark. So you've come in. What do you know about the club? What do you know about the club's history? And then what I suppose has been your focus? You've teamed up with Donny Felway, one of the league greats.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's hungry and driven to get that premiership success as a coach. So what can we expect to see from the two of you? And I suppose I'll layer the question again, who are the young guns we can sort of expect to see some good things from for the season to come?
Yeah, so I guess the first thing that I noticed is, I had a look at their history, and I guess Robinvale are one of those teams that are they're pretty successful or thereabouts, often making finals and prelims, but not quite being able to go all the way. And I think that's because they probably relied on a few key players. I know last year I think they were probably up at 3/4 time when they played you guys in the prelim, and then Gilly went down with a hamstring, and they were the god, and that was it. So I think they probably relied a bit too much on some of those key players. So hopefully having some of the recruits to come down and help and ease the pressure on those few players, and it should keep us in good stead come finals time. Some other things that I noticed was I guess the locals there, that they only have one speed, and that's 100% at Robinvale. I think we played a scratchy on one of our first training sessions, and I was like, bloody hell, like I feel so unfit. The ball's just singing around, and I just trying to teach the boys that, there's other gears that we can use and try and play a bit of tempo. Hopefully on Saturday you'll see a bit of that. We'll see.
Yeah, it's good because I'm old and I'm slow. So the less speed, the better, mate. But you've obviously touched on being a semi-successful club over the last few years. You've recruited really well. How's the vibe and the expectation around the footy club at the moment? Because it sort of feels like it's make or break this year. Is there a bit of that about there? What's the pressure like? Are you feeling any at all?
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's chips in by the looks of it.
Yeah. Look, I've tried to ignore the sort of outside noise, I guess, the last couple of months, because, you hear whispers, like everyone knows how many recruits we've got, and we've got a lot of expectation, but I've told the boys not to get a big head. I think the league's going to be really good this year. I went and watched the game on Friday with South and Irymple, and like even South, I mean, that's the way they controlled the ball and some of their recruits, Rhett Montgomery and the Nagel brothers, I thought they were really good. So I think the league's going to be quite a high level this year.
Yep.
So it's not going to be a walk in the park. So I've just told the boys just to keep a level head, and you know, we haven't won anything yet, so we'll just play as it comes. Beautiful.
Yeah. Young guns. Who can we expect to see? I know there's a couple of high profile outs. So like Moi goes out as well.
Yeah.
Matteo goes down the highway now as well.
Yeah.
What can we expect to see in the young brigade?
100% intensity, pressure, speed. A lot of our local young ones are, you know, that's their brand of footy. We've got some kids that just raw natural talent. We've got the Dion and Matthew Camira. I hope I pronounced that right. They'll let me know. Training.
Camera, they'll be all over.
I think I said camera. They ripped me a new one.
That's a gold point for the footy trip, mate.
And apologies to everyone who I pronounced wrong. Yeah, they're superstars. We've got some other guys. Luca, who's in the Bendigo Pioneers squad at the moment. He's playing really good footy. Ant Mez down back. I think we're going to give him the job on Elijah on the weekend. I'm hoping he does a good job. There you go. There's a tip for you.
Yeah.
Elijah, if you're watching, look out. But yeah, I could list off heaps of names. But they're all quite talented, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they play.
Yeah, beautiful. And I suppose you did say you went out to the Henswood Oval to watch the Good Friday game.
Yeah.
Massive crowd out there. How
Huge.
does that compare to where you've come from, crowd-wise, and the vibe? Like, did it get you excited for things to come? Go, oh, holy crap!
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be cool this year.
Yeah. So obviously, I had an idea as what it was going to be like when I coming here again, having played in the competition. But I took Joel and Nick down, and just the look on their face was like, wow, this is something else. And that was part of my selling point to those boys, was the big crowds. They had a few thousand there, I reckon, for round one. So yeah, we're super excited. Comparing that to Queensland, I mean, you've got so many other things that they're doing in Queensland. People are surfing and they're into their fitness, and there's so many different sports that we play in Queensland. But in Victoria, it's football and netball, and that's what I love about it here. Everyone's gets involved, and it's a good atmosphere.
Nothing beats country footy, does it? Like,
awesome.
It's you know, we've obviously all played at a decent level and experienced it where your crowds are minimal or doing other things, as you mentioned, but to come back and have cars on the fence and people behind them, and no doubt Robinvale being a little bit isolated out there but breathing football and netball, it's a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they love it. And like, I guess one of the other great things about Robinvale is their off-field stuff as well. I've had that much Italian foods and dinners the last few months, and probably a bit heavier than I normally would be going into round one, but that's been really good.
I have learned the trick, right, in my agriculture work in the other side that I do. If you tell one Italian that you had such and such salami and it was pretty good, well, you've got to try mine. And you end up with about 10 kilos of salami. So you're going to play them off against each other. So I like that. That's a good tip for you, mate. But, hey, Kedge, do you want to rip into your hot fire questions?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go, off the cuff.
Before we get started, the front bar's on tonight, and I may or may not have ripped this straight off the front bar. So, Sammy Pang, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I'm not really, but I needed some content. We're going to run
What's our legal team?
We're going to run with a bit of a trip tray theme here, Jonah.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of quick fire questions.
Yep.
We sort of just want the first answer that comes to your mind. Keep in mind there's a good opportunity to stitch a few blokes up here. So,
Okay, good.
We'll go with question one. I might know the answer to this. Will, you might know the answer to this, but I'm sure he's not going to say his own name. Who at the club spends the most time in the mirror?
Oh, Nick Dodge. Yeah, for sure.
I'd vouch for that.
Nick Dodgy.
I described his Instagram the other day. It wasn't one photo with a shirt on.
Yeah,
Dodgy, give me a spell.
There's a fair bit of work that goes into the rig, but yeah, that's good. Yep.
Right, moving on. Biggest pest of training? There's got to be a few down there.
Am I allowed to say coach or?
You can say whoever you want, mate.
Donny Falvey.
Donny, we had him close. Now, I want you to think deep here. Best excuse you've heard for missing training over the years. Doesn't need to be a Bombay, it can be anywhere.
Jeez.
I don't want the dog slick, I want a good one.
A good one. What's the best that I've had? You might have to come back to that one. Yeah,
I'll come back to you. This would be a good one. Who thinks they're funnier than they actually are?
funnier than they actually are. Jeez.
You can say Donnie again if you want.
Yeah, look, I was going to say Donnie again. Was that one?
Here's Donnie. Who avoids paying for coffee the most?
Paying for coffee. Geez, that'd be my other housemate. I reckon Joel Leahy hates shouting coffee.
Tight
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Isn't he getting paid a truckload?
Mustn't be. I haven't seen the contract.
Unbelievable. These blokes. Fair dinkum. All right, we'll keep moving on. Who's got the worst taste in music at the club?
Worst taste in music. Geez, there's some pretty average music. I mean, the boys are big on country, but there's like this mix of country techno that they run. I don't know who it is. I think it might be Braden Turner. Tickets. So yeah,
Tickets Turner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his music. Yeah,
beautiful. All right, we'll keep rolling. Now, we'll skip this one because we've just got a bit of information through
Live info.
pre-game routine. Have you got one?
Nah, no,
None at all. Just wing it.
No, I like to get a coffee in the morning with my mates, but that's about it.
That's it. No left sock, right sock.
Nah, no superstitions.
Same jocks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, we did get a bit of information pre. This thing.
We're hearing Suffrage's most eligible bachelor, mate. You're on the look for love.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm looking for it. Probably running from it all there.
Oh, so if you're on a night out, mate, are you the first time or are you the last one standing?
Jeez, I'm getting a bit older now, so I reckon I'm in the middle now. I don't like to be the first one to leave, but I definitely don't want to be the last one there either.
Beautiful. All right, but we'll leave it at that. We'll just tiptoe around it. But for anyone that may be watching the show at home, there may be an opportunity. We obviously don't want to steal this off the front bar, and Sammy Pang has the drip tray. But look, if someone out there wants to sponsor this little segment, feel free. We might be able to put our little email or an area to contact us up, and write in, and we might be able to have the whatever conversation, and they can run with it.
We're always open for business.
Beautiful. That's my segment, mate.
Hey, thanks very much. I reckon that might hang around.
Yeah.
It might not either. JD might give it the cut. But, hey, Jonah, that's probably enough talking crap. What can we expect from you, mate? And let's not hold back. I don't want to be modest. Like, you've kicked a shitload of goals. You play forward. Yeah. Are you the smashing packs? Are you the clean lead-up target? What can we expect to see from you, mate? I know we went the Friday match and the new recruits came out for South Mildura. Rep Montgomery tore it apart. What can we expect to see from your good self?
Yeah, look, it'll probably be a mixture of all those things. Hopefully, like I said before, we've got some really high pressure small forwards. So as long as I'm bringing it to ground and making a contest, they're just going to do the rest. So. I hope you've got some fast defenders because we've got a very quick forward line. I'm keen to see how they go on the weekend. And I'm hoping that I do my job as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. Hey, mate, thank you very much for joining us.
No worries.
We appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you rip in, and hopefully Robinvale do well for you, and you can live up to those expectations. But I think it's going to be a fun year in the league, and I think Sam's giving you plenty of ammo to have a sling at him if he's having a shot on goal on the weekend.
All right, mate, I'm sorted.
So thanks very much for joining us, mate. Much appreciated. Cheers.
Thank you.
Stick around for the Footy Super Show. We'll be back with more.
The Footy Super Show is proudly brought to you by Ray White Mildura and Chemist Warehouse Mildura.
When you're selling your home, most people focus on price, but the method of sale, that's the ingredient too many overlook. And just like every dish needs a different recipe, every property needs the right approach. Auctions create energy and competition, driving urgency and strong outcomes in the right market. Private sales offer flexibility and control, ideal for certain homes or when more time is needed. And fixed date sales, they build momentum with a clear deadline, giving buyers structure and motivation to act. Each method serves a purpose. In the end, it's the right method that brings it all together.
Chemist
And welcome back. Yes, so we keep touching on how good a game it was on Good Friday. So we thought we'd treat everyone to the final 2 minutes. So let's recap the action from the Good Friday clash between South Mildura and Irymple.
Well, Maxi Morgan's going to be a wonderful player when he grows up. Yeah. He's only a boy, but he's going to be tremendous.
Here we go again. The ruck's out of power. Wins it front and centre for Irymple. Here's Thrum. Looks to beat the tackle. He's held up. He's been held on to.
Sling.
Yep, okay. So free kick for the Swallows. There's maybe still enough time if they can get a quick entry inside the 50 and kick it. Look at them all running forward here. Brownbridge is going ahead. Wandon's going ahead.
He's gone anyway.
Here's Wandon. Thrum plays on, kicks it up to the spot. South again with the answers. I reckon there's that Jackson Nagel. He's taken a truckload of marks across half back. He just seems to read the incoming footy so very well.
He looked like the leading forward then.
Yeah, kicks it out towards highway side centre wing with a lot of height. Clears the decks out the back. Here's a chance for foul though. Sits for him. His hand pass was a bit tired, but it almost gets to Hunter Strong. He puts his body over the footy. Here's Falvo with a strong challenge. Nando Cirillo gets it up. Hammond quickly away. Now Luth clears it nicely out towards almost half forward on the outer side. And Rhodes once again moves and shakes and kicks up the line. And that's a nice piece of work to hit a target there in Toby Scott. At times running out for the home side as Scott sells the chocolates. Kicks inside out to an option, but he kicked it too far. He kicked it too far, and guess who takes another defensive grab?
Jackson Nagel.
Jackson Nagel. What a game he's had.
He had a good game.
He's played very, very well as he goes again. He kicks for height and time as he looks up there for Matty Nagel. He was the only one that really wanted it. It falls out the back here for Fitzgerald. Can he bend over?
He's got to.
He needs to. There's a big Powley. No, it's Hammond. He hit the deck quickly. Here's Scott. Cleverly controls it. Runs around from the cup. Chance here though. Hand pass from Jason Coughlin to Daniel Coughlin. Now back to Jason Coughlin. Chance. Started. Needs to nail it. Kick straight and home. Irymple off the boot of Jason Coughlin go to 11-8-74. 5 points adrift of South Mildura. 11-13-79 at the 27.5 minute mark. Would you believe Johnny Hollywood?
Great patch of footy there under pressure. Handball after handball after handball. So they got that free leg and that free option. And there's the Coughlin namesake for you. Well done. Great kick. Left footer.
Indeed it was. What a finish. What a finish under tremendous pressure with not much time to go here. They're hanging in there, the Swallows, but South Mildura hold the Aces at this point of time. But if they can get a quick extract out of the middle here.
Powell back in the ruck.
Yep, he's going up here against Jack Carpenter. He's taken a spell. Powell knocks it beautifully to Thrum, and they're going forward again. Bounced nutmeg Xavier Oakley. They still have stolen. Here's a chance off the right boot. It goes off the boot of Mitchie Rhodes. Is it going to be? But the siren sounds. Look at the anguish on the Swallows bench. Hands on heads. They can't believe it. You won't get any closer to winning a game on the siren than Mitchie Rhodes did there. It just fractionally, Johnny, held on the breeze and didn't have enough carry, and then it just enabled enough time for South to get back and take a timely defensive mark. But what a finish.
Kedge, what do you think of that, mate? That's that ball sails through. There's a lot of broken hearts of South Mildura there, but hey, didn't 4 points go to the Doggies?
It did. Credit to them. What a great game, mate. That's like as we've spoken about a few times tonight. That's what we've got to look forward to. It's going to be a ripping year. Can't wait.
Absolutely. So if you're a fan of the Sunraysia Football Netball League, get around it. Follow us. Hopefully we've been entertaining enough, and we look forward to coming back next week to talk things all Sunraysia Football Netball League on the Footy Super Show.
Sun City Streaming thanks our wonderful sponsors for their generous support for our community YouTube channel and the Footy Super Show. Tesco Inland Petroleum, Ray White Mildura, Chemist Warehouse Mildura, and Fisher Developments.